Hey guys, this is Rachel with the Rachel Way 123. Welcome back. This is part 2 of our series, Stop Living Paycheck to Paycheck. If you haven't taken the first part of this series, you may want to go ahead and pause this, jump to the first series, and then jump back in. All right? So for those of you who are joining part 2 and have already attended part 1, today we're going to talk about setting up a budget. This means that you've already determined the scope of your issue as to why you're still living paycheck to paycheck. So now we're going to delve into some tips and strategies on how to build and keep a budget. All right. So the first thing you need to do is determine your income. If you don't know what your income is, there's no way that you can get out of the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. That's just common sense, guys. And when you're determining your income, it's very particular because we all know that, all right, you get paid $1,600, but we know good and well that taxes come out, insurance, 401ks, etc. So $1,600 isn't your income. Your income may be $1,300, $1,200, $1,400. You have to work with actual numbers. Do not work with what's not in your pocket because that's not going to help your budget. Because saying you have $1,600 when you know that $300 goes to taxes and insurance, that's not going to help you. You're going to think you have more than what you actually have, and that can land you in a slew of problems that you just don't want for yourself. So the first thing you need to do is determine your income. The most important thing, determine your income. All right? The next thing you need to do is add up all of your expenses. Subscriptions, essential items, non-essential items, gas, food, rent, mortgage. You need to go down the list. Another thing is, even if you got credit cards to pay or if you're in debt, those are expenses too. So make sure you write down everything. Determine what's fixed, determine what bills are flexible or what expenses are flexible that you can kind of, work around with, because you want to be very responsible in this process of setting up a budget. All right. So the next step is to add up your debt and create a payoff plan. And let me tell you why this is important to setting up a budget. If you create a payoff plan for your debt, you can eventually completely cross that off your list. Because think about it. If that credit card or if that store card is paid off, that's no longer a part of your expenses. So you do need to create a separate plan on the side of how you're going to pay off that debt. Now, for this purpose, for budgeting, the most important thing to do is at least note the minimum payment due. So, all right, you got a credit card for $500, but we all know it's $28 a month or $25 a month or $30 a month, whatever your institution decides to charge you a month. That's what you need to go ahead and consider into your budget. All right. For the next 12 months, I'm paying $30 a month, until I reach my, credit limit. That's something that you need to think about. All right. Just the minimum, guys, just the minimum. You don't have to put the whole thing. All right. The next thing that you need to do is create financial goals and plans. And this is important to the process of your budgeting. So you actually kind of know what you're budgeting for. If you have nothing to budget for, it's going to be a little bit harder. But in this case, you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck. So you're budgeting so that you can create whether a savings or, an umbrella that you can have for a rainy day. That's what you're saving for. In addition to that, you need to think about what you need in the future. Do you want to retire early? Do you have a specific time that you want to get things done? Do you want to invest in a business? Even if you have very minimal goals like paying your debt, getting a car, paying off your car, eating healthy, all those things are also okay as well. But make sure that you at least have at least 1 or 2 financial goals and plans in place. All right. The next recommendation is use help. You don't have to do this alone. My platform, the RachelWay123.com, is designed to help you financially, to build your financial literacy, to help you build credit. There's a slew of ebooks and courses on there that you can use to better yourself financially. If that's not your route, that's cool. There's Credit Karma. You can get on there. You can check your score. You can use your bank. You can go sit with a bank representative. You can look online for software. There's Excel sheets. There's so many apps in the App Store that can help you out. There's even an app, I believe, don't misquote me, y'all, but I think it's called Stash or something like that, or Acorns, where your money can get stashes for stocks. That's correction. I think it's called Acorns, where every money that you spend, whatever change, it can go straight to a savings account. Change may seem little, but obviously it adds up. So use your help, use your resources. Don't be lazy about it. If you know you're tired of living this paycheck to paycheck cycle, you're going to go ahead and use the resources that are available to you. Now, as you start this budgeting process, you want to check up on it daily. So once you set up your budget, you need to look at that budget daily and say, yo, am I fulfilling what I created for myself? So before you get up and make a, purchase, or go on Amazon or go on that store, or, buy that extra sandwich or buy that extra snack, you need to determine, hey, well, is this my budget? So think about it. Even if you were just to save $5, 5 days a week, by the end of the year, that's $1,300. You can pay off a credit card. You can go on a vacation. Just make sure you're checking. Check. Don't just say I'm setting up a budget and be careless about it, because you're not going to get anywhere with that. All right. The next thing that I suggest that you do, you need to be totally realistic with your budget. All right. If you know you only make $1,000 every 2 weeks, don't be budgeting for $1,300, because that's not how it is. Live within your means. I'm telling you, it's more of a satisfaction to live in your means than to be struggling above your means. It's not cool. All right. So if that were the case, then you wouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck. All right. That's what we're trying to avoid here. Now, if your situation was that you had issues with your income, find money making opportunities. If your income is too low to support your goals, then you need to find a way to make more money. If you have to drive for a rideshare company like Uber or Lyft, have a garage sale, pick up a hobby, deliver groceries, let me tell y'all something. I work full time, but I do surveys online. I got my braiding license for about $50, so I do hair on the side. I coupon to make a little extra cash. Listen, I do affiliate marketing. I throw some stocks or trade options in Robinhood. I'm not a pro at all these things, but this is just money-making opportunities. There are so many different little things out there that you can do. Don't bash things before you get to try, because people be like, surveys. Look, listen. This year alone, I've made at least $600 to $650 on survey. And I do got the proof in the pudding, and I can show you the receipts. So I'm not lying. There is ways to make money outside of your job. It's up to you if you're going to find those opportunities and utilize them. Getting on YouTube, being consistent, going live on Facebook, putting out ads, starting a business. Starting a business, guys. There's so many money making opportunities. It's almost ridiculous. So there's definitely a way to thrive. You have to get real with yourself. You have to work hard. You may have to do without some things for the moment. But the greatest thing about this is if you follow all these techniques, tools, and strategies, you will stop living paycheck to paycheck. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. Get ready for part 3. It's going to be interesting. Got a lot more information to share. This is just the brink of it. My name is Rachel with the Rachel Way 123, and I am out.